idea to me where people are out there trying to talk about they really don't want to be in something when they really do want to be in something, right? Be deliberate. How are you on these dating profiles? Some people come on these dating shows and they act like, no, I don't want to be there.
People.
But we're grown-ass people.
Why are you there?
And I get it. Vulnerability is tough. We have had to be so vulnerable with each other. We have had to ensure or really work hard at making sure that our past relationships don't seep into this one. And then when we see them coming, we're like swatting it away because it has nothing to do with what we're dealing with right now.
Right.
And that's hard work. And people who come in and tell you that relationships are supposed to be rosy and wonderful. So all of this, I get being carefree and light and whatever, but relationships are actually serious things. There are two people coming together trying to make a life together, and he's got to deal with my craziness, and I got to deal with him. And then whatever comes with me, and I come with a lot of crazy. I'm Jamaican. He already knew what he signed up for, and there was no backseat. My friends already told him it's an ironclad contract. This is it. He doesn't get to give me back. And so when you are, in some days I think he wants to, but he cannot.
No,
it's sad. I love you so much.
No, sometimes you act like you want to get sent back or something like that. Or
I really don't want to be out in these streets.
And
I
really
don't
think either one of us do, but that's why you have to
I gotta get up and get something.
compose yourself when you start tripping.
I do.
Like, not just you, not me also. Like, sometimes I know, I'm like, yo, bro, you're being too inflexible. Like, you need to give a little bit. It takes work. Like I said, there's no relationship goals, there's no couple goals, there's none of this. You have to be committed to the commitment, you have to work to stay together, and you have to want to be there even when you don't.
Because some days we don't like each other.
Hell no. Some days you
We
don't
do
want to
not
be
like
there.
each other.
Some days I hate it here, and I'm not saying like that.
I
You
know
know what
that.
I'm saying,
I get it.
and I know you
Some
feel the
days I hate it
same
here.
way. You know, it's money back.
And
yo,
it's not hating each other. So
It's
be
two
clear.
songs back to back. Love it here, hate it here. A lot of times those are the same relationships. It can be high, it can be low, but you accept what come with it.
And one of the good things that I appreciate about you is that he's learned how to communicate with me. And if he's having a hard time communicating, he knows who to go to help to better communicate with you.
To kind of work
effort.
through my stuff with it. Because, I know like certain, especially because one, again, we've already addressed it. Women tend not to take criticism as well as men. We have to deal with some gut punches dealing with y'all sometimes because you're not always concerned about the delivery. You're concerned about getting the message across. As a man, you have to be worried about getting the message across and the delivery, because if the delivery ain't on point, the message is not going to be received or heard. So sometimes, and I appreciate that you will give me that space of when I'm like, it's something I need to get off my chest, but until I'm able to find a way to articulate, it's not for you. Mm-hmm. Because if I try to bring it to you now, you are going to run off screaming and in tears and like, oh my God, he hates me. No. It's not any of that. Or my spirit isn't even in a place to be able to deliver that message with love and kindness. Like, that's a key to it. Criticism has to be delivered in love and kindness. And I also would say, discipline in the absence of training is just cruelty. You're going to tell someone all the things they do wrong and you're not ever going to show them the proper way to do it? That's cruel.
So that's parts of relationship, though. It's understanding how to communicate with that person, how to love that person in a way that they receive, all of that stuff.
And it works for you.
And that works for you, right? And I think, so this is why for me, like, these dating profiles can be funny, ha ha ha, but it's a sad reality about what we talked about. There is a lot of piss in the dating pool, and most people don't recognize that they're the piss.
We all suck at relationships. There's nothing to be ashamed of. Like, this modern world does not... Look, our great-great-grandparents, when they got into a problem, your dad's friends was telling them to go back home Your mama, your grandmama friends was telling her to take her ass back home. There was communities and support systems around them to try to keep them together.
Yeah.
Now those same forces are there to break you apart.